I believe we are live. It would seem that we are live. Pushing out at 27 kilobits per second. 27 kilobits per second. Okay, this is going to be a very either great or bad stream, depending on how well I can adapt to things. So, a little bit of context. As you know, I've been using Ubuntu Linux to do most of my, for everything. And I usually have been using the out-the-box GNOME UI to do all my stuff, to interact with the UI. And I recall some time ago installing i3, but for whatever reason, i3 never actually started up, or it came up as an option. I would restart, power cycle, whatever, log out, and then try to find an option. It never popped up. Well, today I came back to my PC, powered it back on, and lo and behold, when I logged in, I was presented with this little UI in the bottom here, which I'm not even sure if you can see it on stream. I think you should be able to see it on stream. Yeah, you see it. This UI and a black screen. And that's when I realized that I'm running i3. And I could try forcing it back, but I said, screw it. I wanted to do it anyways. So I just spent this past evening customizing it, making it look good, adding my custom key bindings so I can navigate things the way I believe makes sense, using the actual HJKL bindings instead of the JKL semicolon bindings. But now I'm presented with this beautiful thing, and I still need to configure it more, but the one thing I'm happy with is having the actual transparent backgrounds using what is it? Not Proton. Is it Proton? Plasma? No, not Plasma. I think it's Proton. Let me go to my let's actually go into my config, shall we? Config i3. I think it's just called config. Yeah, here we go. No, PyCom. PyCom is the thing I'm using to have this nice blurry translucent thing. And I'm pleasantly surprised by how easy this was. I want to do some more configurations, but I'm also just kind of curious about how this is going to work in Unity. I have it set where it's like any focus application goes to 100% opacity, but I don't know. This is going to be a very interesting day. I think I already at least binded the most important things that I need to have to do the things that I wish to do. I may try getting rid of the shutdown commands because they're a little bit too easy to access, or at the very least maybe have like, I don't know, where is the commands for killing your applications? Restarting and reload. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll figure out what I want to do with this, but either way. In fact, let's do some stuff real quick, because I'm probably going to be finagling this for a while. So let me also. I keep trying to do LunarVim, but I prefer NVim. NVim. What am I doing? Bash RC. Yeah, let's add some additional aliases because I'm going to be modifying this a bunch. So I don't know, config, i3 config. I think that's a reasonable name. And then nope. Well, right thing, wrong place, but that's fine. And this is going to allow us to configure. It's going to allow us to configure our i3 configurations. That's the thing. That's the big idea here. Also, let me put on my headphones because I should probably be listening to audio, but it seems like all the audio is fine over here, so I'm not going to be too worried about it. Though I don't like this. But my microphone stand has kind of reached the end of its life and it can't stay still. Okay, now it's working. So we have our i3 config, and then let's do PyCom. This is like a little wordy. We're gonna change this to C. PyCom. No, it's gonna be PyCom C. Okay. Screw it. We'll just keep it like that. And then this is gonna be. What was it? Config. PyCom conf. I think that's what you call it. Let's actually check that out before we move on. But yeah, anyways, before I do even more configuration stuff, i3 config. So general addenda. Oh my goodness. Oh, we have to restart this, whatever. Are you on Vampire? Hey man. With the amount of settings to configure on Linux, I gotta live a good amount of time, alright? I'm gonna need a couple 100 years to live. I'm just saying, by any means. It does look very kind of bloody though with that red inner tent. Anyways, nice to have you here, Rohan. Every time I think of Rohan, I just think of Rohan Kishibe. Kieran, let's go. Yep, we i3 base, i3 boys. We're here for it. And we're gonna be seeing how Linux works. I'm still getting. Today's the first day of actually using this properly, so we're gonna be moving around with this. Got a little bit, but it's pretty cool. I gotta say, it's pretty cool, and kind of intuitive, honestly. So, kind of intuitive. I feel kind of mad at myself for not doing this sooner. Because I'm already a big Vim kind of guy, right? Like, I love my Vims, my Lunar Vims, Neo Vims. Even my C-Line is configured to do that. Let this bad boy go. And then, like, PyCon just makes things look so pretty in a way that just GNOME could not. GNOME could not. It wishes it could, but it can't. It simply cannot. Yes, buddy. But yeah. But we're gonna see. I don't have any of the muscle memory built in yet. So today's gonna be a little bit of an interesting day. Hopefully everything goes good too with whatchamacallit, with Steam games. I want to continue playing the many pieces of Q today, so we'll keep trucking along with that. But today I want to do something a little interesting. I want to start prototyping the idea we discussed last time. And the first part of that idea is having some generated mesh, some procedurally generated mesh topology. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. But I don't think it's actually that crazy. We're just going to have to find out. We're just going to have to see. We're just going to have to see if this is going to be a bang or a bust. But I feel like this can be great. And the first step of any kind of system or thing you're prototyping is to make like a demo scene or example scene or some isolated place away from the main game so I don't have to worry about integration. Is this Cachios by plus i3? No, I don't know what Cachios is. I'm using PyCom for any of the translucency stuff, and then beyond that, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. I'm just a guy who... I'm just a simple guy who just Googled and then used the first thing I saw. What am I gonna do? Yeah, what is Catchy OS? Oh, is it an operating system? Nah, it's still Ubuntu. Still Ubuntu. Anyways, do I not have a demo scene or example or test scenes? No, so we're gonna make one. Create folder test. Create new scene. And this is the fun part. I like prototyping. Prototyping is the funnest part of this mesh gen test. We're gonna go to the scene and we're gonna create a new C# script, mesh generator. Okay, so let's talk a little bit. Let's walk with me, talk with me a little bit, will ya? Let's talk about what we're trying to do here. So last time we talked about this new potential change to this dust mechanic thing that I've been playing around with in my brain. You know, just considering how might we do stuff. And we talked about the idea of how now if the player moves over a dirty area, instead of the dirt just disappearing and going away and just disappearing, we're actually going to have them preserve volume. Crazy idea. And have it bunch up like this. Now there's important considerations about this. One is that now we can't just do like a texture projection onto this stuff. Right now we're just having all the material shaders apply this miasma effect on areas that are considered dirty. Easy. It's on the surface. Now that we have this thing going on here, where now not only is this area have to be drawn dirty, but there has to be some elevation, we can't just do this magic through shaders, through fragment shaders. So we need actual geometry. Not only for the visual, we also need it for collision. That's what I'm believing we're gonna need to do. Because it'll be kind of weird if you can just like jump in there. It seems odd. So having something for collision is important. Now, how do we go about doing this? Well, let's revisit this whole dirt text thing, because we have to change the type of data that's encoded into this. Not by a crazy margin, but it's just, you're gonna have to do that. We're just gonna have to do this. Oh my goodness, this is so weird. This is so weird. How am I gonna? I can move this around. I can. How do I? They're snakeling around each other, but I can't get them to dock into each other. Very sad. Could change focus. I'll move this over here. We'll just ignore it. Anyways. So let's find level 1 dirt. This is a picture I keep going to as a reference for how we determine what areas of the level need to be dirty. So as you can see, class, as we can see here, class, the white parts are the places that are going to be dirty, and the black parts are the places that are not dirty. And every single pixel matches to every pixel matches like 1 square meter in game. Okay, not actually that, but we're just gonna say that. But that's it. That's all the data that's encoded there. But now that we're preserving volume, we have to have some kind of consistency. Where if this pixel gets cleaned, where is that volume gonna go? So we have to have a way of tracking that. Pardon me. So what I'm thinking is a few different things, a few different ideas. I wonder, and this depends on the texture information we're using. Hey fam, welcome Morgan. It's always a pleasure to have you here. You missed my little diatribe about the i3 world we're in. We're in a whole new world, Morgan. Whole new world. But yeah, so we need to have this information. Now, one simple idea is that pixels no longer just contain a binary 1 or 2 state. They actually have to contain additional information about how much volume is stored here. So if we get rid of this pixel here, these adjacent pixels need to be updated. So we can either try doing that during the texture. It may not work good because textures, you don't have control over how the data is encoded in there. I can force it to happen, but either that or we have a data structure to handle this. But it's for 3D, I guess. If you have a link on X, send it to me. I'd love to check it out. Which, by the way, I have not used X or Blue Sky or any of these platforms in like months, and my mental health has been fantastic. But I know I'm gonna have to go back in there at some point. But we're trying to stay out of there. We're trying to stay out of there for the time being, unless you have something interesting, in which case, please link it. I will go on there just for interesting technical things. But anyways, and let's go into Rider. That's my safe space. Safe space. Where's test? I know I made a test folder here. Don't you dare lie to me, game. I know I made a test folder. Don't you do this to me. Okay, here we go. Now let's go into our mesh generator class and yes, Rider. Can I stack you together? Because this is gonna be kind of cumbersome. We'll figure this out. Anyways, so now each conceptual pixel, and let's just change this. So you might have to make some kind of data structure. Aladdin, I'm glad you got it. I don't make too much references, but when I do make references, I hope people catch it. A lot of times I make references to obscure stuff. Maybe not obscure, but references that I get. So let's change this. Instead of just being black, like either 0 or 1 value, now we have to have a float value that tells you how many pixels are there. We might want to use like a texture for that, but again, I think texture values are all normalized. And when I say normalized, I'm saying they can only support 0s or 1s. I'm not sure how they handle greater than that. We can experiment, but I doubt that's a very valid and or safe thing to do to ensure our code behaves the way we want it to. Either way though, within this data structure, we're gonna basically have something that represents height in each pixel. Now from there, what we can do is we can have, oh, this is gonna be a fantastic juggling little exercise we're gonna have for ourselves. We can have first, we can do this thing, where for each pixel we create one vertex, or for each pixel we have like 4 vertices that we generate procedurally at the very beginning. And then we can do like a projection, like a shrink wrap technique, where it's just gonna go down to the lowest area, and then wherever there's a dirty pixel, then the vertex is gonna bump up, and then keep staying up, and then if there's no dirt there, it just goes back down. And that may work. However, our game is also kind of fun and finagly in the fact that we have different elevations for things, and we might even have different environments. Let's say like this is a floor here, and then there's another floor here, and is there a way to group these in i3? I really want to resize this. I know there's a resize thing, but oh, my bad. There's a resize. Oh, look at that. I can resize things. Beautiful. Sent in Discord. Okay, beautiful. I'll check it. One sec. One second. I'm pretty sure I went to Cozy Cabin. Okay. We'll use the mouse like a dirty pleb. Made in Unity, okay. This one's fog, not dust. Ooh. Oh, okay, so it's like, okay, that's a different thing. That's pretty cool though, that's pretty cool. And that's dealing with like volumetric data. Or simulating volumetric data. Gosh, man, I would love to do something that's native. I don't think you guys realize how much trying to develop for web dev, or for WebGL, handcuffs me in what I can do technically. Because we can do so many fast things and use like burst compilation and whatnot to do things blazingly fast, but I can't do it because WebGL doesn't support it. I have the wait. Let me say the line, Morgan. I have the power. Anyways, so going back to this idea, we're gonna have like a mesh. Let's say, pretend like. How are we gonna do this? Give me one moment to like illustrate my idea. Do we have nodes? Can we please have nodes? We don't have nodes here? You're killing me. Miro, you're killing me, man. Alright, we're just gonna use the pen. So imagine these are all the vertices we have that we're gonna be like projecting down. And let's say this is like the areas that are dirty. And then let's say we have areas like this, where the player is here and then they can jump onto here, or they can go under and then jump over here. And then let's say this other area is also dirty. Also dirty. So now if we do this, like, there's a weird thing we have to contend with. Maybe there's a little dirt right there. But like when we do this projection downwards, now there's gonna be like, all right, nothing here, something here. And then depending on how much dirt there is in that value, let's say like there's 10 dirt or whatever, it may go up and then head down and then back to here. And then here's a weird thing, right? Do we have it like it's gonna jump up here, but this mesh is still gonna be visible. So when we actually see the constructed mesh, you're gonna have this weird monstrosity that appears. So here's a first thing we're gonna have to contend with, right? It's that our meshes are gonna have to be discontinuous. They're simply gonna have to be discontinuous because there's gonna be a weird cases where, let's say we have this guy here, and then can we get rid of this? Thank you. And then we do the mesh topologization, and we use all of these vertices. Oh, there's a thing here. And then either if we ignore collision and just go based off of this, well, you're still gonna have this weird scenario where when we generate the mesh, if you go down here, you're gonna see this weird text thing pulled through. So what's the things we learned here? A, the mesh has to be discontinuous. Is discontinuous. Okay, we gave up. Discontinuous, right? That's a first thing. Second of all, they have to be per level. We talked about having, and by not level in terms of game level, like scene level. What I'm saying is that we talked about the idea of having multiple different dust maps so that we can have a map for this area here, and then you can have one up here, and if you clean up here, it's not going to clean down there. We can worry about that later. Let's just focus on making this work within a single level layer. So, okay. So going back here, that is so cool, dude. That is so freaking cool. Is that not the coolest thing ever? Just going beep, 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 beep. I could just hide what I want to hide, and we're just good to go. Like, geez, man. This is the dream, dude. This is kind of the dream. I don't know what to say. 11 out of 10 voice acting and FX voice actor of the year. Thank you. In the previous life, I was a voice actor who was typecast. It's like one role in 80s films. Always a nerd character, I'd probably say. Or a gremlin. Who knows? So, again, we are tasked with this weird issue of we're gonna have to do procedural mesh generation. Because our mesh is gonna be discontinuous and only pop up in areas that are dirty. That means any update to the state, we have to like either try to knit the mesh together, or we try to like we delete everything and then rebuild the mesh. This is gonna be a really wild adventure, guys. I'm not gonna lie, but I think it's worth doing. Mesh. Okay, so we're gonna have what are we doing? We're just gonna make it public. We're testing this. We're testing this, and we're gonna see if this is even good. And then go from there. Probably also gonna have to add a mesh renderer. That would be handy to have. Wizard of Windows. That's what I'm saying, man. i3, I feel so empowered. It's gonna make me feel terrible to go back to my job or to my other laptop and just use it like a plebeian using Windows. Renderer. Add component, or actually no. Renderer equals game object dot add component mesh render. Beautiful. So we have that, and then we have to have some kind of way of initializing this. I'm trying to think of how we're gonna do it. I know there's like I think we're gonna do like either a 2D array or of some sort, or a 2D list of floats. And let's see how C# likes serializing. No! Oh no, I just realized a core key command I use all the freaking time is Alt-Enter to like auto-complete this, but this is not gonna work anymore. Control-Alt-Shift-T, yeah, Control-Alt-Shift-D, Alt-Enter. It's not gonna work anymore. I'm just gonna have to, okay, we're gonna have to break muscle memory today, guys. Settings, because I need to have that. Where is my editor? 1 second, guys. Give me a second. Like I mentioned at the top of the stream, I didn't decide to do this today. This was thrusted upon me. I installed i3 like weeks ago, and today, for whatever reason, it finally decided to kick up and actually run. And then I was tasked with this. I was gonna say side quest, but it's really a main quest to get this configured to a way that I like and can work with. And can we not show like no. Yeah, see, if I do that, it's gonna open up a terminal, and that's not what I'm trying to do. Show context. Okay, here we go. Remove Alt-Enter. Yeah, we're gonna have to do like, I don't know, Control-Shift-Enter or something. No. Yeah, remove Alt-Enter. We're gonna add, I don't know, something equally as easy, Shift-Enter. Yeah, I don't care. We will remove it. I am the boss. I am the captain. I have control. Okay, now we should be able to do Control Enter. No, it doesn't do the thing I want it to. It's doing something else. Oh, now I have to click it like a plebeian. Oh, this hurts so much. Yeah, generic lists. Yeah, it's here now. I paid the price. Yeah, I'm using Alt as modifier. Good morning from Indonesia, man. How's it going? Oh my goodness, Indonesia? What's going on, man? How are we doing? I'm doing fantastic. Learning i3, getting the ropes with it. I use Windows Keymod 4 for i3 navigation. I should probably pick that up. The thing is, I have my Alt. If you look at my keyboard, my Alt is right here. My Windows key is right here. And this is significantly less intuitive for me than having Alt here. So I am as I am. Also, what's going on, Terrell, SFM2? Always a joy to have you here. Jorts! Make me jorts. I love those videos you sent me, by the way. But anyways, okay, so we have our list of floats of data. The reason I'm doing it like this is because I'm hoping that Unity is going to just be cool with it and allow it to just display properly in the inspector, because there's some certain types of data that doesn't pop up in Unity editor very well. So it's very goofy, and if that doesn't work, we're gonna have to do our own thing to make this magic happen. So yeah, compiling domain, my favorite. Oh, I'm still modifying it. That's crazy. Okay, tweet. There we go. Okay. See, it's doing, okay, I don't like that, but okay, it's fine. We'll figure it out. Let's go into our Unity scene. Let's add empty object. Hopefully you guys can see what's going on here. If not, I can always just do a little something like this. Ooh, look at him. Look at him go. We're gonna add a component. We're gonna actually just drag this component on there, mesh generator. Douglas, please. And yeah, it doesn't show up in here. Cool. So what do we do? Because I need to have some kind of way of, okay, and I'm already detecting an issue that's gonna be happening here, which is I'm gonna keep going between these guys. Oh, you know what? We can do something, I think. We can do this. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. And I can just go like, oh my goodness. This is so much better. This is so much better. Oh, dude. i3 is a joy. Look at that. Peak performance. Peak performance. Okay, so this is not going to work. And I imagine this is not going to change anything, but we're still going to try it just to see. Compile domain. Out of the horse one. Yeah. Can horses see their pee-pee? And if so, did they succeed? Fantastic, dude. Guys, I think we have to wait for ChatGPT to die so we can start going back to our roots, which is Yahoo Answers. Not Stack Overflow, Yahoo Answers. Yeah, this is not gonna work. Okay, so we need to have some other way. In fact, let's try one more thing. So I believe 2D arrays are a thing. Do you work with this Unity? Oh yeah. We're gonna do like a simple 2x2 thing. Okay. You don't want to cooperate with me? It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to cooperate. We can just manually input data and we'll deal with having this work later in a way that's very user-friendly. What a conversation did I overhear, bro. He sent me a video. My boy Terrell sent me a video in SFM2 in chat. He sent me a video, a couple of 2 or 3 videos, and they're all very goofy. They're all very, in fact, let's see if I can bring this bad boy over here. Can we do this? Jarvis. Oh wait, what am I doing? I can just do here, and then we can do this, and then do a little of that. Heck yeah, and then we can do control, what was it, control K? Yeah. No, SF, yeah, there we go.
Has a horse ever tried to see its own penis, comma, and succeeded?
It's from a comedy podcast called My Brother and Me. I'm not going to even elaborate. I'm not going to even give you the context or what follows after this. You just have to see it at some point. What follows next is your side quest to engage upon. I'm only the truth bearer. I bring the truth. I deliver the news. That's it, man. That's all I can do. Oh, brother. Okay, I want to make this in a very easy, user-friendly way. Dang it, am I gonna have to write a custom Unity editor or inspector just to display the data the way I want to? Because I just want to display a grid, you know what I'm saying? That's all I want to do is have a grid. And I think I'm being forced into doing this. Very sad. Very, very sad. Okay. We shall do what we must. We shall do what we must. Do I really want to do it though? Do I really? For testing purposes, because the interesting thing isn't making a inspector. The interesting thing is going to be the mesh generation. We can just do this for now. I think this should be fine. Are you not happy with me? Try using a new. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're not happy at all. You're just not happy with me today. Okay. We did the thing. We played your games and you're still not happy. What are the context options? Oh, I have to do a new float too. Okay, we're gonna have a 2x2 grid. So there's gonna be zero slimes here, and then there's gonna be like 1, and then there's gonna be like 2, a value of 2 here, and then we're gonna probably have. If you want to make a button without having to write a custom editor, you can just do you can just do this. You can make a bool, a public bool. We call it generate in this case. It's gonna be default to false, and then an update. What you can do is if bool or generate is true, you set it back to false, and then you do whatever logic you want to do here. Mesh gen, and then we can make our mesh gen method here. And then we're going to do whatever type of magic that comes to our mind. I got to be one of those. Nearly dox my full name and address there, buddy. Display gritty. Hit. Oh yeah, I forgot. Discord does add in more information. Gomenasai. My bad. My bad. I would send flowers up too. Don't worry. Yeah, got to work on it. Dude, there's a plugin I want to get that shows your constellation where you're at, but I'm kind of scared that I'm gonna bust it open on stream and it's gonna dox me. Like, one of you guys are gonna be able to find. You're gonna look at the stars and be like, I know that location where Orion's belt was on 3:25 p.m. January the 6th, 2025. And based off of that, I will find you. And then I will try to get you to convert to using Plasma or something. Or convert to Emacs. I think that's the most radical thing someone could try to make me do. And if I press play, look at this. Look at this senior developer level knowledge. It's just gonna reset. It's just gonna reset. You see how that button, and it's executing it. Now you know. Beautiful hacks. I've done this at work. Senior level developer. Okay, now that we have that done though, we need to think about how we're gonna deal with this data structure, how we're gonna be mapping each pixel to like a coordinate. So what are we gonna do here? What are we doing here? What are we doing? Well, this is what, a 2 by something? Well, at some point we're gonna have to do some kind of for loop. That I can tell you that much. X equals 0, x less than. All right, and then we have data dot length, and then x plus plus. Crazy things here. And then we're gonna do another for loop, and this time, wait for it, it's y instead. Crazy. But now the data length is actually be different. We're gonna be indexing into x to get our length of y. And then what are we gonna do from here? We can map these x and y coordinates to world space. I think that works great. We'll just say meters for right now. And then, so for vertices, we're probably going to want to, okay, how are we going to be knitting these vertices together? Let's talk about this first. Because there's something, we have to think about how Unity deals with vertices. So I'm not sure how familiar we are with dynamic mesh generation within Unity. But my bad. Let's not dock somebody else. Okay, we're good. We're in a safe place. So, because the way we iterate is going to dictate stuff. Right now, the way we're looping through this is just going to go boop, 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 and then go to the next line, boop, 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 boop. But that's not going to work great. The way Unity does things is they use a winding order to determine what a triangle is and what vertices compose a triangle, right? And the way you wrap around it dictates whether it's facing towards you or around you. And I think it's like clockwise. I can't remember. So if you do like this, this, and this, clockwise, it should be facing towards you. So when it comes time to draw this triangle, it'll be filled in. But if we were to do it the other way, where we go like boop, 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 it's going to be facing away from you, and then it's just going to be like transparent. It's not going to render anything. So first thing that's important to note is a winding order. Now we can just like create these vertices and then using the triangle populate it differently. For simplicity, I like to try to iterate in a way that matches this. And I believe Unity works with quads. This also applies for quads. Instead of just using triangles, you can also define this. Though I think Unity still, no, they still have to define the triangle, so that's fine. So instead of iterating, and these points are just like data, right? So the pixel value is going to be in here. So we're iterating on the pixel value. So for each pixel value, in this case, it would be for each entry here. This is kind of like 1 pixel, 1 square meter, let's say. Each one of these are going to require like 4 vertices. Oh, dude, I was kind of freaking out for a second. I forgot that this is transparent. And you know how in the window you can see slightly behind it, you can see these blue circles there? Legitimately, I thought my eyes were burned in, and for whatever reason they were recovering, and I was like, did I just suffer permanent damage? But I realized, oh wait, I forgot I made things tile like transparently, so these are still here. Okay, we're not damaged. So anyways, for each one of these we iterate through, we're gonna be generating, we have to like either generate or update vertices, because there's a case over here. Once we get to these pixels down here, we go here, generate 4, go here. Oh, we only have to generate 2 because these guys already exist. So we can skip that unless we want to be disgusting and just repeat it. In which case, it's fine. We can do that too. It's just going to be extra data that's just not really required. And so on and so forth. Okay. I hope that makes sense to you guys. I think it makes sense to me. We're going to just try implementing this. And I know for certain we want to have like a hash set, or maybe a list actually. List of vector 3s, and it'll be vertices. And we're going to use that to check to see if a vertice already exists. And if it does, we just continue on, or we just get the index of it. If we don't, then we add it. We also have to have one for tries. This is going to be a list of things, of indices that tell us how are these triangles constructed. So if vertices just tells us like, hey, give me a list of all the unique vertices that exist here. Triangles tells the Unity how are we supposed to create triangles from this. So for illustration purpose, I don't like the salmon color. Vertices just tells us, hey, these are all the points that exist here. the triangle list tells Unity, oh, this is the order we have to go in order to create our triangles. Doot, 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 doot. So these are two things we need to maintain. On his LCD optics, get some new chrome at the top. Wait, what did you say? At the chop dock, my chum. Only total gonks would keep their BIOS specs. What are you? Wait, is this some cyberpunk propaganda I'm seeing here? Are we getting a DLC preview of the new slurs that are going to be coming up in the future for people who refuse to get biometrics? Which, by the way, I'm probably going to become that old curmudgeon who's like, you know, nowadays there's people who are like, I don't need no smartphone. I don't want that. I don't need the government spying on me. I'm going to be that guy, except like instead of for that, it's going to be for, I don't want no dang biometric eyes so the government can see what I see. No, sirree. I'd rather stay blind. I'd rather be able to see through a hole this wide than have 4K vision. I tell you what, boy. I tell you what. That's all I'm saying. Alright, let's document this. Can I zoom this in? Oh, it's beautiful. You guys can see it better. Easy code. So gen for vertices or generate quad, let's say that. So how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Vector 3.1 equals x and y, I'm assuming. And then value. Okay, so that's the important thing. There's the value that we were reading here. So value, we're gonna have a float3 value that indicates the volume, the size of this space here. So float3 volume is gonna be data x and y. And then here, the x value is going to be just a simple x value. The y value is gonna be volume because that's our height. Remember, that's our height. And then finally, z is going to be y. Not confusing at all. In fact, let's just rename this just to be safe. Beautiful. So we have our point 1 is that, and then we have to have some kind of offset. Unit size or quad size, I'd say. And we can say like 1 meter for right now. Quad size is 1. And then we're going to be doing x plus quad size. Okay, I forgot one thing, which is that we're going to have to make this be multiplied by quad size. That's the thing, yeah. Do we need to do anything? Yeah, so all these have to be multiplied by quad size. And then quad size yeah, okay, that's what we're gonna have to do. So let's make things a little bit easy. Or do we need to make things easy at all? Sorry guys, this is the part of the stream where I just start kind of trying to focus on on what we're doing here, because my brain only has like 2 KB of RAM, And we have to squeeze all of them suckers to get it going. Go to Delta for a bit. My scro corpo's on my net frame. Even I don't know if I'm using the lingo right, but we have fun out here. Hey, that's what we're talking about. Hey, all that matters is the thought, all right? The fact that you're trying to use some slurs on a group of people, of non-tech people, I guess. That's all that matters. I'm not sure that's actually what I want to encourage here. I'm not sure that's the goal here. Maybe I should keep my mouth shut. Maybe we shouldn't say that. I appreciate the aggressive energy. We'll say that. We can say that. Okay, we're gonna make this thing a little bit simpler. X coordinate is gonna be equal to x times quad size. And then z coordinate is going to be equal to z times quad size. And then look how easy this is going to look. No more additional computations. It's just going to look like plain old English. Don't you just love it? You'll love to see it. Beautiful, and that's our point 1. So we have a point here, and then we offset the x coordinate to be over here. Now we have to do offset the z coordinate, and then we have to offset both of them, and then we're gonna have a full thing, man. And then z coordinate is what? Z coordinate is z plus quad size. And then finally, we do both. Beautiful. Splendid even. Splendid. And quite nice. Okay. And then we check to see if any of these points are pre-existing into this vertices list. We're gonna make a little function just to make life a bit easier here. And it's gonna be called try-add vert. It's gonna return an index. We need to have a list of vector 3s and then the vector 3 we're trying to add. Cool. And then we're just going to do list dot contains value return list find index of this value. Excuse me. I thought we had something good going on here. Why are you angry? Why don't you like me? Oh wait, it has to be a predicate. X equals value. There we go. Otherwise, we do list.add value and return list.length or count -1, and now return the index. Cool. 1 index. So how are we going to do this? We're going to go here, 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 clockwise, and we go here, here, here. That should also be clockwise. Wop, 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 wop. So we have point 1, then we have point 2, point 3 is here. So we're going to do 1, 1, 2, 3, and then we have to do 3, 2, 4. Okay, int p1 index is going to be try add vert. It's going to be point 1 and list, or my bad, vertices. Okay. Okay, we add all of these bad boys. And then we finally add into the vertex list, or the try list. I have no idea how you type so fast on such an alien keyboard. You learn. All right, it's amazing. It's like how life finds a way. How tardigrades somehow learn to live in space or to survive in space. How the magma snail learned to live within a volcano and eat iron. When you put things in extreme circumstances, they adapt to it. In this case, my extreme circumstance, crazy circumstance, was having a programming job and programming in my spare time in carpal tunnel. And what do you get? You get this. You get this. You get this keyboard. You get Vim. You get all these weird things. This is what life does to you. I enjoyed it. It took like 2 weeks where I couldn't even write a simple message on Teams. That was fun. Learning Vim, and then another to get this guy working good. And life finds a way. That's all I can say. Life finds a way. Indices, no try. So what he said, P1, P2. I'm sorry. Are you giving me lip ID? I don't think so. And there's also just the ADHD. Like, I like going fast. I like feeling like I'm going fast. I like being a hacker man. So having tools that let me be Mr. Hacker Man is always a plus. And I think this does all the stuff. Okay, we are good here. I think finally we can do the mesh generation. We can do mesh equals what was the mesh? Generated mesh. Okay, we do generated mesh equals new mesh, and then generated mesh dot vertices equals vertices. Very nice. To array. Likewise, indices. No, indices. Excuse me. Triangles. There we go. Equals tries. And that should be good. I think that should be enough to generate something for us. I think we just send it, guys. I think we just send it. The whole point of the keyboard the keyboard being alien is that it makes you type faster, though. Yeah, that is the truth, Sogan. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. I got this keyboard partially for ergonomics. The other part is I just wanted to be optimized, and it's nice because like you can configure every single part of the keyboard. So the way I'm using it is not the factory setting you come with. It is my bespoke little special cozy cabinet edition modification. Even the key switches I modified so I can go fast, because the switches I had have require a little bit more newtons of force to actuate. This one is super light linear keys. It's fantastic. All right, we're gonna press play, and either we find victory or tragedy. There's no in between here. Oh, I never set the renderer, did I? Also, that's very weird. Oh, I know what happened. I know exactly what happened. I got a little ahead of myself. I forgot to actually call the method here. Yeah, mesh gen. Yeah, we forgot to do that. Yeah, generate mesh. Or no, it's called mesh gen method. That's a stupid name. We just call it mesh gen or gen mesh. Generate mesh. Proper English. And then we should also set the mesh renderer the mesh in the renderer as well, right? That sounds like a good idea. Excuse me. I'm sorry, are you giving me lip? I know what I'm about. Why are you fighting me? Oh, I forgot Unity. You don't only have a mesh render, you also have to have a mesh filter. The mesh filter tells Unity the shape of the object you're trying to render. Also, let me just, my bad. I've been kind of, I get absorbed a little bit. The mesh filter tells Unity what shape to render. The renderer tells it what shader to use and how to draw the materials and all that stuff. So we need to have a filter for this to work appropriately. But it's fine. No, not Fiddler. No, we're not gonna start a world war here. Mesh filter. And then we go into filter, mesh equals generated mesh. Okay, and I think we should be happy here. I believe we're happy. We're gonna find out today. Hopefully not having material is not gonna bite me in the butt. But you don't know. Okay, something happened. I'm not sure what though. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing any purple things of doom. Let's see what kind of mesh we have here. It's not that much, but there is vertices that exist. Okay. A little underwhelming. Oh wait, I saw something. Haha! Okay. Okay, look at that, guys. Look at that. Look at that. That's a data structure. That's the representation of our data. I think I have it backwards. The way this is generated is, but like, look at this. Oh yeah, I think I have the mesh backwards. It's back-faced. I had the winding order wrong. My bad. But you see it though, right? Like, going back to our data over here. This is 2 zeros and then 1, 2. It's like that's one column flat and the other one stepping up. That's what we want. That's exactly what we wanted. We just have to change the winding order, and that's easy. That's easy, baby. That's gravy. That's gravy train. We just have to move this to be backwards. I think that should be enough. Okay. Is the stacking direction because it is easier to use JK to switch between windows than it is with H and L? That makes sense, actually. I was stacking them the whole other way. Yeah, well, it's also because I'm just used to HJKL for Vim. Like the way I do Vim stuff, I'm just so used to using HJKL for navigating stuff. So having i3 be configured the same way is just convenient. I still have to find a way to set the stacking because I completely removed those buttons. So there's no way in my current setup config file to do it. We're gonna have to do that at some point, but hey, I just needed to get it running today. It was a last minute thing. I just need to get it running. Hey, and now it's working correctly. Would you look at that? Exactly as we desired. Now the one thing we do have to do is have these be connected, because right now they're wholly separated. That's not great. I want to have like an actual connection happen between these meshes, these planes or quads. So we have to make another quad between them to connect these boys. Connect our boys in blue. But hey, this is actually progress. That's pretty good progress. So let's just go into our repository. Let's add our progress. Let's commit it. We should hear something in the Discord too. The Discord should also pop up with notification. Added basic mesh gen. Push. Hey, there we go. You like to see that. You like to hear that. So now we have to have these meshes connect to each other. Not just to the previous one, but also the one below it. Oh, we have to actually have it potentially connect to like 4 quadrants at the very least. Oh, that's gonna be funky. That's gonna be very weird. How are we gonna go about doing that? How do we desire to do this? Questions, questions, questions. I prefer to just solve simple problems. Like correcting naming conventions. That's always better or easier. But now we have to deal with the real problems in our life. We can't escape our problems, can we? We have to make these things connect in some way. And we have to find a way to see if these things are adjacent. We also have to make it. Oh, so here's another thing, right? Another issue. These zero values, remember how we talked about previously how we want this to be discontinuous? So like, let's illustrate what I'm trying to describe here. Let's say that we have these blobs here. So obviously the values here are 0, and then there's some values up here for the vertices, then there's back to no values over here, and then there's values up here. They have to be discontinuous. So if there's 0 value or 0 volume here, we actually shouldn't even generate any of these meshes, because then you're gonna have this huge triangle pull over, and then you can see it from lower parts of the level. We don't want to have that. So we have to actually ignore 0 values. That's gonna be relatively easy. So that's not that crazy. We simply just skip iterations that require that. So in here, when we get our volume, if volume equals 0, we continue. And that's gonna make our discontinuous behavior happen. And we don't have to worry about, you might be wondering like, hey, we haven't touched UV data. We don't have to because we're using a triplanar technique for this. So we're fine, baby, we're groovy. So let's do something a little bit spicier. Let's add some more data to this. Let's add more values here. Just to be cool. Honestly, this should be integers. If I'm gonna be real with you, this could just be integers. We don't need float values, I think. Whatever. Anyways, let's just work with this. Let's do 0, 0, maybe a 1 here, and then a 1, and then 0 here, and then let's add another 1. Let's be crazy, guys. Let's go nuts. Let's have like a 1 here, 1 there, and then a 2, and then a 0, and the final one here. Okay, and let's go back down. So many smart people here. Meanwhile, I feel like Miles looking at Peter Parker and me. Hey, I was Miles at some point too, okay? I remember being hired, and I didn't even know what an interface was. I didn't know Unity had an inherited class. I was like, dude, this is crazy. There's so many layers to this, and they're like, yeah, Unity exists. Watching a guy coding a game on i3 qualifies you enough, bro. Yeah, that's exactly. You're already in the know. You guys are already in the club. You're in the i3 club. We're all the i3 boys. That's all that matters. Not to despair, Morgan. I'm right there with you, buddy. Yeah, we've all been there. We've all been there. That's happened to everyone. That's how we get. That's how we grow and learn. I didn't decide to do i3 out the wazoo. I remember my coworker showing me he's using Arch, by the way, doing i3 on Arch. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I need to do that. And he showed me that 3 years ago or 2 years ago, and only now am I actually starting to use i3. So, takes time. I'm not seeing, unless I have to scale out a lot, I'm not seeing anything. I thought we were great. Ooh, we're not. The number of supply triangles indices must be a multiple of 3. So something bad is happening here with our try count. We're not having. Oh, I'm stupid. I forgot. I did something. Okay. First of all, refresh. We have 0.1 here. We have 2, 3, 4. Unity is counterclockwise, so we actually have to go this way, not this way. So we have to go 1, 3, 2. 1, 3, 2. And then we have to go counterclockwise 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so you'll be surprised how much expertise just comes from osmosis. Like, you just being surrounded with other people who are crazy smart, and like you feel like the dumbest person in the room, and that's kind of the ideal position to be in, because that means you're surrounded by so many opportunities for growth. But you start picking up on things. You learn about things you didn't know about. I would have never learned about C#'s large object heap had I not had someone who was way more knowledgeable bring it up to me during a code review. Hey. We got a tower. And look at that. Look at it. If we look from here, all the values that were 0 are gone now. Only values with a value of, only pixels or quads with a value of 1 or above are included here. Beautiful. Now we just got to stitch this together. Easy, right? Easy. Because in the biggest case scenario, this guy has to be connected to this guy has to be connected to that guy, this guy has to be connected to that guy, this guy has to be connected to that guy. Super easy stuff, right, man? Really easy. Not even a problem. Now, we could do that. Cozy, I made my own meme if you want to look. Let me see your meme. Let me see this meme. Where do we have this meme? Making literal video games. Me having no idea of coding a video game. Yep. Hey, but like I said, I was once this guy. The worst part here is that you at least acknowledge, like, hey, maybe I don't know these things, right? And this guy does know things. I was in this position where I had no idea what I was doing with coding, but I thought I knew I had all the ideas of how to do coding. That's way more dangerous. That's the most smooth brain position to be in. That's how you go 6 years without significant growth as a programmer. Thinking you know everything, man. The sooner you accept that you don't know things, you can start moving through the circles of you can start progressing from the place of I don't know what I don't know to knowing that I don't to I know eventually. That's how you go through these. That's how you evolve. All right? Because there's things we don't know. But if you find people who start bringing that from here to, oh, I don't know, the sooner you can go to, oh, now I know. But it's so easy to get stuck in here. And especially if you have an ego problem like I do, then it's very easy to get stuck in here in a self-imposed manner. Godot, by the way, and does it happen that you need Windows for some occasional cases because you're using C# and it's the same company? Yeah, so I've used Godot. I don't actually like Godot. Godot is it's cool. I know it's gonna be helpful for certain people. One second. Here's the thing, though. if I'm going to use another engine besides Unity, it's going to be my own engine, which we started working on. Now, that being said, Godot suffers from the same thing that every other off-the-shelf engine suffers from, which is that they're trying to appeal to the largest amount of people possible. And that's great for people who are new and need to get accustomed to stuff, or who are maybe not too technical. They have tools and things that make it very easy for them. But for someone like me, who now has opinions about what is peak performance, what's comfortable to work with, I want an engine that allows me to do things the way I want to. Even something as simple as like be able to navigate through the editor all through keyboards. So for me, making my own engine is kind of the only real option I want to consider in the future. Because then, like, you know, I can make a world of pure. I can make a world that fits me. It satisfies that dictator mindset. And this is the game engine I'm talking about. It's oof. Gotta resize that a little bit, buddy. It's cool to see that it works in i3 at least. Let's do this. Hey. I don't know why the yeah, here we go. Yeah, this bad boy. Yeah, the next game we work on is definitely gonna be my own thing. Now, going back to your question about considerations for Windows, yes, there's things I have to do specifically on Windows that I can't do on Linux for a bunch of different reasons, which is why I have a Windows laptop for testing purposes. And likewise, also I have like a Steam Deck, because just because I have it working on my distro of Linux doesn't guarantee it's going to work perfectly on the Steam Deck. So in general, I always have to make sure that I test on the platforms that I'm planning to work on. So I can't escape it. I can't escape Windows entirely. And Windows will follow me for all my life, sadly, because 95% of people still use Windows, even though this is the year of Linux that people say. We still need Windows. Windows is still the largely used thing, so we can't escape it. Check out the Dunning-Kruger effect, something like that. Oh yeah, 100%. Very much tied to that. Very much related to that. But yeah, TLDR, there's weird things that you have to test on Windows, especially if, like, for me in my position, not only for like Unity development, but also if I'm making my engine, I actually have to test on Windows because in other platforms, because like something as simple as delta time or enforcing a fixed update in Unity. And for those who don't know, like, fixed update is just a way of Unity saying, hey, everything executing this function is going to happen like for sure 1/60th of the time, or I think 1/20th of the time. Some like consistent frame rate. Everything that happens here happens consistently. Whereas everything, all the code executing update, there's no guarantee how much time it took, right? Like, it's just gonna execute this code as fast as possible. So there's no guaranteed time for how to say this. So there's no guarantee for how long this is going to take to execute. Whereas fixed update has a guarantee of, hey, this is going to be called X amount of times per second. Trying to institute this kind of thing is so wild when you're making your own engine, because you start realizing, every single OS has their own way of scheduling stuff. Thread.sleep doesn't work the way you intend it to. There's different levels of precisions, different operating systems, and different schedules work with. And that's the only thing you can. Those are things you can only test on a variety of different, not only operating systems, but also machines as well, because clock speed can very much affect how things work. That's how I found out in my engine that delta time wasn't working as correctly as it should be, because I went from one PC to another PC to another PC, one fast, one even faster, and then one much slower, and each resulted in very different playback. So yeah, you can't escape it. That's just, if you're going to be developing software and you want to make sure that it's good, you're just going to have to make sure you have all these different platforms and devices to assure that it works as intended. That's the TLDR. My bad for going on a diatribe there, but hey, man, it's interesting to me at least, and it's a real thing. It's a real phenomenon. It's a real issue. Now, the other issue we have to deal with is how are we going to be making vertices be connected or meshes be connected? That is the issue to encounter here. Yay. Also, I'm just going to do a little formatting magic here just to make things feel very clear what is going on. I don't know. We'll keep it like this. Or maybe I'll do this. Yeah. Now that feels nice. Well, that feels really good. That feels really nice. Okay. So, how are we going to connect these guys? Okay, I know what we're going to do. We have volume for the current cell, but we have to have the left. Okay, no, okay. Just walk with me, talk with me. We're going to try to figure this out. We're going to recycle this little thing we were debugging last time. So we're iterating through cells like this. This, then this, then this. We generate this quad, then this quad, then this quad, this quad, and we go down here. So if we're iterating in that fashion, we only need to know if, like in this case scenario, we only need to know if there's a cell previous to us and above us. We don't have to knit a connection to this adjacent one because the next call will knit it to that one. It'll be like a chainmail type thing. So we only need to know about the previous one and the one above us. So, okay, that makes things a bit simpler, a little bit easier, I dare say. So we have to have left volume, which is going to be x minus 1. And we're only going to do this if x minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. So we don't have any overflow issues. And likewise, we have to do z minus 1 up volume. He's having a brain blast. G's blasting it off again. Sometimes you have to do that, man. I took a lot of coffee today, more than my usual dose. And I think this might be actually affecting me. It might be actually improving me. Not normal. I can't take normal caffeine or coffee. It affects me weird. It does weird things to me. But Lion's Mane coffee has been fantastic. I don't know what it is about Lion's Mane that just reacts well with me. But it doesn't give me like palpitations. It doesn't give me pain or anything like that. I just feel like good. I don't know what to say. I don't even know if it has caffeine in it, honestly. So we have our previous coordinates. And we're going to need this here because that's also pertinent. No, it's not pertinent, actually. Previous x. And then prev. Oh, dude, we're going to be so great at the adventure game we play later. We're going to resume where we left off on Coup last time. I'm planning to. That game it really feels, I don't know, it's a feast for the senses. I don't know how to describe it. It's just great. Left volume. It's going to be, that's the coordinate for it. And then we're going to initialize these values. So we declare it here. We're going to initialize the values over here. So we have this, and then we can do this, And then we're gonna do, I don't know. I don't even know. Data x minus. What are we gonna do? X minus 1 times x minus 1 times unit times quad size. That's the thing we're using. Broke as heck in the wire, trying to be. Let's see if we can keep it though. We do have gas out moments. That does occur. That does indeed happen. Wait a second. Here we have a dumb moment. We're having ourselves a little dumb moment here. Cause we needed these values and I overridden them. That's very sad. That's very bad. What are we gonna do? X times quad size equals y. Z times quad size. Honestly, we should make this a constant. Quad size. And then move this bad boy up here. Private const float. Because I like constants. They're constant. They don't make me feel anxious or scared or anything. I feel secure in them. It's like going into a nice, healthy relationship after a toxic one. You just, feel a sense of security you never had before. Not that I can relate to that. Nah. Actually, unironically, I can't relate to that. We're not gonna co-op that. Oh my god! I just noticed the sound of your keyboard sounds like Mr. Krabs. Does it? Oh no! I'm gonna hear that now. Oh. So many different keyboard shortcuts have been messed up now for me. Sound. Oh no. No! No! You can't do this to me. Oh no! You done it. You poisoned the well. You poisoned the well. I can't unhear it now. This is who I am. I'm Mr. Krabs. I'm typing on Mr. Krabs. Now I have to find some new keyboards. I need to find some new key switches. We have to change it. We have to do something here now. I hear it. Ah. No. You just mentally poisoned me. You just like, what was it, Rocco's Basilisk? You just did a thought crime. Like an actual literal thought crime. You poisoned my thought well, and now the residents of my brain have been thought poisoned. I don't even know what I was doing. I don't even know what to do now. I can't even approach this. What was I doing? Oh yeah, quad size. I hear it. I hear it now. That's the problem here is that I hear it. This is the issue. Psychological damage, honestly. I'm so sorry. You cursed me with knowledge. You cursed me with knowledge, Harry. This was a sound that was pleasant to me. It was like almost akin to asthma. I was like, oh, very relaxing thonking. Now it's just Mr. Krabs. I can't now. It's done. I might as well just get a special keycap that just says, like, that has Mr. Krabs' image on it at this point. In fact, no, it's for space. I need a smaller one. We'll find it. We'll find it. We'll get him eventually. Socially hacked. Yeah, that's like akin to like installing a virus within a Neuralink. How does it feel that you did that without the need of a Neuralink or vulnerability? How does it make you feel? You have to generate another quad there. Okay. Okay, look at this Vim. Look at this cool little Vim thing. We can do this. We can do a little that. We can do a little, I don't know, left point, press escape, bam! Everything done at once. Beautiful. Beautiful. Again, look at this. Look at watch out. Yeah, watch out. X chord, prev. Enter, bam, all of them updated at once. These are all misaligned, but it's okay, we can fix that. That's fixable, that's fixable. That's all fixable. And then we just do, meow, meow. Oh wait, 1 second, we have to do a couple things. We have to do, no, we were right. I was right. How dare you make me think I'm wrong? Okay, we're gonna call this PP1 and 2, PP2. Previous point, that's what it stands for. Let's be adult here. Let's be adult here. It doesn't stand for that word. It doesn't stand for the word you're thinking of, okay, Olivia? Stop. Just stop it. Stop, Ron. Stop. Yes. And then look at this. We do this. Again, simply press it. Escape. Yes. Splendid. Splendid. Okay, let's just test this guy out, and we'll worry about the Z connection later. We'll just worry about that connection later. Let's just stop this bad boy, press play again, and let's do it again. Time to buy a Kinesis Advantage. Oh my... Honestly, I kind of regret not getting a Kinesis, honestly. Like, for the price of this, the build quality was terrible. And it has weird issues I have to deal with. And it's like... It's just... Honestly, I've been thinking about maybe switching to a Kinesis. And, no, we're not having our connections. No. No. We are not doing this correctly. No. So it appears we have done something wrong, Mr. Powers. Mr. Powers. It appears you have done something wrong. Oh, the volume. Ha, wrong volume. Data. I'm using the current volume. We have to use the previous volume. Oh, left volume. Very simple. Yes. I believe this should work. But I'm laughing on a treadmill. I've been grinning like the idiot this big and so long. I'm glad my pain is your joy. I think that's the end goal here. Oh man. It's the same poison with when people remind you that you're breathing. Oh yeah. And then you just engage manual breathing. They just turn that manual breathing button on you. I cast manual breathing. Okay, we're still wrong. It's okay. It's okay. We can live with being wrong. We have lived and had lives where we lived wrong. It's okay. We just have to figure out why. Why am I wrong? We have the X previous chord. That's fine. We have the less volume. That makes sense to me. We have the Z chord. The Z chord. The Z chord is what? It is the current quad. Oh no, Jackie boy. No, is this? Is it? Huh. We're using. Okay, we're here. The top two vertices, right? And then we get the previous vertice. But we're still keeping the same Z value. That is correct. So we should be using the same Z chord. Okay, the same Z chord here. We're shifting the X chord here, but keeping the Z chord the same. And the bottom ones are gonna be quad size. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Okay, I don't think I'm crazy. So we do this Z chord, and it's gonna be quad size. Yeah. That makes sense to me. That makes sense. I don't see anything wrong here. I don't see anything wrong. Oh, except I do see something wrong. We just slid it over here, but in reality, we have to make it on the same. They have to have the same X chord. Ha. That's the previous X chord, but we should be using the same current chord. Just the old we have to use. We're only changing. Okay, so I forget because this is weird, right? So let's just walk through this together so we can understand why I'm wrong here, and hopefully we're gonna be smarter. So when you look here, it's clear that we want to have a connection between these vertices. But if you look at it from a top, it's almost like infinitely small. Right? Because the X coordinate is going to be the same exact value. It's going to be the same X coordinate for everything. The only coordinate that's going to change is the volume value, because there's going to be one that's attached down there and then one that's attached up here. So, okay, baby. I got it. We downloaded it a little bit. We got the download. Which might even simplify things because we don't even need this previous chord. We can just keep using the current chord. And it's just going to be great. Okay, it's X chord, my bad. So we're just going to do a little of this, a little of that. It's all going to be the X chord. Now we're doing this, right? So one should be the old volume. So it should be volume. This one should be that. And then down here should be volume as well. And another one should be that. The Z chord should also be the same. Because, no, the Z chord, yeah, they should have the offsets. Yeah. So I think we're good. I think this is it. I think we're onto something. I can smell what the rock is cooking. I can smell what the rock is cooking. That's like the worst word to swap the C with the R for. Am I cooking? Did I cook? Am I missing something here? I feel something sneaky. No, this should be correct. I believe I'm correct. Let's see it. Let's see. Let's just find out. We're going to begin. We're going to press play. We're going to press the button. And we're either going to have connections or not. Did this generate already? Like, did I buffer? And hey! Okay, this is backwards, but we're on the table right now. We're on the table. So they're supposed to be pointing outside, not inside. So we had the directions backwards, but that's okay. That's okay. It happens. So we just need to invert that. But it's doing the thing. And that's the exciting part. We're almost kind of recreating Minecraft a little bit. It's kind of goofy to think about. Not really, but you know, it's kind of an interesting optimization for voxel-based stuff, where you don't actually render all the faces of the cubes. You just render the externally out-facing stuff. It's pretty cool. So yeah, we just have to flip the the triangle order. So yeah. So you're gonna go right here. You're gonna go right here. I don't want to think. We're gonna go right here. And I'm just gonna hope that this works as I think it should. I believe it should. I can't unhear it, dude. I just can't. I simply cannot unhear this, dude. Whoa! Yep. That's that. It's exciting. Oh, I have it toggled on, so it's gonna just work on pressing play. That's sweet. I don't have to press the button. It's just gonna do the thing. And haha! Look! Gaze upon my polygon. Gaze upon it. Look at it. Look at it. It's a polygon. It's behaving like they do. Yes. Look at it. Okay. Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. And I'm very happy that it even goes down to 0 values. That's even better. So now we just have to do the other side. And that's easy. We already have it solved here. Add quad to the left. And then we just do this, a little something right here. We do a little pasty paste. Rid of that. Call this up volume. This would be minus Z minus 1. And then what are we gonna use? We're gonna use up volume. Yep, it just works. It just works. You'd love to see it. Now the thing that needs to change is this. This is gonna be the plus quad size. You're gonna be the plus quad size. We're gonna get rid of this because now the Z chord has to be the same for both of them. And now the up volume should be, oh, what should it be? What should it be? We're going up. So, the top two should be using up the up volume. And the bottom two should be using the current volume. Yeah, some Jackie boy. There's Mr. Krabs walking. There's Mr. Krabs walking. Okay, and I think we should be. This should just work. I think. I don't see how this should not work. I think my algorithm in my brain head is. I did what the voices told me to do. So, is there profit voices? Is it a joyous revelation? Joyous revelation. Wait, Mr. Krabs? It is a curse. That is simply a curse. That is simply. I just have that. Is it rendering backwards? It's rendering backwards. Oh my goodness, okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We just do this now. Do this, and this. And then we go down and you press play and things just work. They just work. And if they don't, I'll be on the news tomorrow. I'll just be on the news. That's just what's going to happen. We're just going to be on the news tomorrow. Hey! Yay! Oh! I forgot. We're not rendering 0 values, which means we're not going to iterate here, which means we're not going to cover the back face. Okay, that should be easy, I think, though. That should be somewhat easy, I think. I think it should be fine. I think we can cover that. That should be fine. But before we move on, what do we always do? We have to save. We have to save. Added mesh connections or quad connections. And we push it to the Discord or to the repository, and then the Discord should ding. There we go. The world is a place to suffer. To woohoo switch of programmers that never ends. This is the real. Yeah, this is so real. Yeah, it's 100%. It's 100%. What was that meme? What was that meme of like that Speed Racer meme? Let me see if it just pops up if I type in Speed Racer meme. What was it? Or maybe it was no, I think it was a Gundam meme. I'm a genius. Yeah, this one right here. 1 second. My sister's calling me. 1 second, guys. 1 second. All right, we're back. But yeah, there's like this Speed Racer meme, or not, the Gundam meme. I'm a genius. Oh no! That's literally the life of a programmer. Just to suffer. Yep. Yep. And then when it's really bad, you start blaming the tools. You know, they played us like a damn fiddle. Also, guys, a heads up, I may or may not have to cut streams short. Not yet. We're still good for a while. My niece has to go to the ER, and they're going to bring the other niece over here so she can stay with us. You know, I think she's going to be sleeping, but I'm going to check to make sure that that's it, because it's school night, so. But if you see me hop off for a second to do that, that's what's going on. And if you see me that we have to cut stream, it's because it's not just as simple as just her staying over here. It's going to be more involved. But we'll see, okay? We'll see. One step at a time. I'll wait for my sister to call me, and we'll go from there. But I think it should be pretty easy stuff. It's a good thing we have a bed, or a room. But, yeah. The cyclical genius happens to me all the time at work. Sometimes I architect something, and I'm like, I am so smart. Oh my goodness, I am the gift. I am the man who's holding this company together, man. And then it just turns out, oh no, this decision I made has ruined us financially. Praying for you, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, we can use a lot of prayers nowadays. Nay, I'm here to deliver a package to likely Mr. A Scam. Likely. I have been getting so many spam calls lately. It sucks. So the issue we're dealing with here was the fact that we do, if volume is 0, we just continue on, and that's actually kind of bad. That's kind of bad. But I think it's very simple. We just have to grab this and bring it down here, and that should just work. And I believe that's just gonna be good enough. I believe life is just going to be easy breezy, cover girl. Let me grab a Snap My Slim Jim, and that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. No. That is what I'm talking about. Look at that. Oh, no! Why? Okay. Okay, so considerations. I could fix this. But this is due to being on the edge of the canvas. Now, in the actual level, it's going to be very big. The player should never be at the edge of the level. So maybe we just say, hey, this is not a sufficient enough issue to, like, you know, do that to fix it. So I might just keep it like this. I might just leave it. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. It's fine. At work here. I'm glad you're laughing at this, man. I'm glad. I'm crying. And you're laughing. You're laughing. Okay. Either way. I say we're going to send it. And now the last thing I want to do is have it not be so big and blocky. We're just going to change this to not be quad size. We're going to use some other value. It's not going to bother me. We're going to leave it. We're going to forget it. Life is good. It's not going to bother me. It's not going to bother me. We're going to declare constants for how big our maps can actually be. So a constant of, like, I don't know. I did it, tag nav it. Yep, it happens. Yeah, it happens. It happens, man. But we just move on. We keep going on, okay? Life finds a way. Life finds a way. Life finds a way. Or in this case, we just scooch it under the carpet and we just let it. This man's code is suffering and you're laughing. It's okay. I have water. I have crackers, cookies. I have aromatherapy candles. Oh yeah. I feel the therapy. I feel the therapy here. Ooh, that was a little strong. That was great. I smell some, what is it, redwood? Oh yeah, that's where I want to be right now. I like how all of my, like, everything about this channel is all about nature, warmth, that kind of. I think that's my attempt to escape this torture box that is coding. Anyways, so now that we have this, we need to figure out a way to, like, have this be generated from texture data. I think that's what we're gonna do. Oh no, actually, no, we're just gonna generate this because we have our stain thing, right? Yeah. Okay, we got this. 256. This equals float. No, fort. Dirt map. And we have to make new. Excuse me? I believe I thought it was length. Excuse me. Oh wait, I misspelled it. Wait. So the issue wasn't that I didn't. There's some oh my goodness. Okay, whatever. I don't even care. It's okay. It's not like I even wanted this to work. I didn't even want this to work in the first place. Why would I want that? Cannot resolve. Okay, some other misspelling. Oh, you're not doing this to me. No, you're not. If I do 32? Oh, you just don't like it if I initialize you at all. Okay. Wait a second. Unity has a... No, C# has a structure called a 2D array. I can do this and that, right? Yeah, so I have to... If I want to be contiguous in memory, I think we do this. No. Meow. Okay, this is fine. This is how we do things. This is how we live our life. And then, of course you're angry. Of course you're angry. Of course, why wouldn't you be angry? That's okay, now we have dirt map length, and we have another thing called dirt map length, and that should shut your pie hole. And then you're mad because I have to actually do this syntax now. And is this static? Am I hearing just static? What am I hearing here? No, it's still river. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. It's always brings up the oh wait moment. We'll rubber your duck. You that sounded. That's what I always say, Sojin. Appreciate the letter fix, man. It means onion. The letter fix, man. It means onion. What did I miss here? Programmer sucks for your troubles. Please, I need to control my blood pressure. I'm sweating on my treadmill, but keep up the great work, Cozy. Oh my goodness. Give him your energy. The spirit bomb of logic. No, we're good. We're good. We just have to do a little syntactic change. It's okay. This syntax, we're using C# the way it's meant to be used, which is actually using 2D arrays versus an array of an array. Crazy notion, right? Okay, and then we have to have texture, I believe, is what we need to do here. We have to have a public texture so we can initialize the state of this. So now I don't have to actually like draw on a map or do this whole data input thing. I can just give it a texture and it'll just do the rest. Start state. And then now we just have to have a way of initializing this data texture. This data textured. We need a data textured. So we have like this pipeline of like texture to 2D array to mesh. So we're just gonna do this on start. We're gonna do, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do this. We're gonna yoink this nested if statement. There, this for loop, nested for loop. Close that sucker up. Yes, sirree, Bob. And then we're gonna do data equals texture 2D. No. Starting state. What did I call it? I'm already forgetting my. I just made you start state. My bad. I Englished a little bit differently. Start state dot get pixel x z and then what are we gonna do? We're gonna do is that fine? Yeah, that's fine. And then we're gonna just get x, and that's get x. Oh, why are you doing this to me? R, I forgot. Okay, it's actually colors. All right. That's fine. That's gonna be enough. We're gonna initialize our data this way. Cool. And let's go back into Unity. And we're gonna go into projects. We're gonna go back here. We're gonna make a texture. Oh, in fact, you know what? Let's go to Asprite. Asprite. And let's make a new texture. New 256 by 256, guys. This is gonna be fantastic. This is gonna be so good. This is gonna be so good. This is a stream where we actually are successful. What? That's kind of crazy, man. And then we're actually gonna do like the right thing of like having black be like just normal, and then white be like marked as dirt. No, we're doing the same thing we did before. Yeah. We're gonna have our spots here and in here and in here. Oh my goodness, we're gonna have a crazy vert count. I can already tell this is gonna be humongous, dude. This is gonna be insane. We're not gonna. It's gonna crunch data for a while, man. Yeah, GG's. Like every single pixel here is at least 4. No, it's gonna be like at worst like 4 plus 4 plus 4. 4 plus 4. Wait. 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. 4 times 5. 20 vertices per pixel. Maybe we should scale this down a little bit. Maybe we should like hone it in a little bit. Well, let's do 128. Okay, that seems more reasonable, maybe? Sprite size. 64, like, jeez, okay. We'll try working with this. Save as. Oh my goodness, guys. You might lose me for a minute while this crunches data. It's okay. It's okay. It was nice knowing you. I appreciated. What? Where is test? Am I crazy? Where did I make a test? Where did I make? 1 second. Am I crazy? It's in UI. Oh, I'm dumb. Okay, file save as. We have to go back here, go into UI, go to test, and then we're gonna have our data. Test data. Okay. We have this here now. And then what are we doing? Okay, we have to have this guy thrown in here. And then we have to also change our little value here from 256 to 128 because I realized just how crazy that amount of data is. So we're gonna be honing in our expectation. We're gonna press play. Either we have glory or we have bankruptcy. And it's taking a minute. It's taking a minute. Oh, brother, she's working. She's working. Yep, can't control. She's cranking. Oh, brother. Yikes. Okay. All that just for it to say it not readable? Oh my goodness. You're killing me, Unity. You're killing me. Read write. Apply. 128. Apply. Run it. This time's for real. This time I mean it. Don't dog me. Don't dog me. Still taking a while. It's expected. So I hope your day is going good. How's the weather? How are the kids? How are the children? But there's a cute browser. If you, oh yeah, works with Vim key bindings completely. Yep, I use that in my other one actually. It's terrible though because like I love it. It's great, and I tried making it run on Windows and it just refused to work on there. I'm kind of want to use it here. The thing is, Qt browser doesn't work well with like a bunch of React UI stuff. I mean, it mostly works, but there's some weird stuff. What a file browser skin. I like that. I burned 120 calories on the treadmill. Not bad. Not. Let's go. Big gains. Hey, and look at that. We have our dirt maps generated. Look at that. Look at that, guys. I got the thing, man. And if we can have like the cleaning up mechanic work where we can like, if we clean this, it goes to the next one, but it gets higher. So you're like pushing these things around. Even better. Even better. Oh yeah. I'm liking this. Oh yeah. This is great. Hypothetically speaking, I'm much like you in that I've never been in a healthy relationship. Hypothetically, of course, I've never been in a healthy. hypothetically. See, I learned early on that the real relationship is is the game. The game is the relationship. The game is really. I'm married to the game. Married to the code. When when you feel alone at night by yourself in your bed, you know what I do? I don't feel that. Because at 2 a.m. in my bed, I got my laptop on my lap, burning away all the semen I have. Because, of course, the heat on there, that's what it is, right? Just making me infertile. And we're just coding. We're just coding, programming. That's all we're doing. That's how it's supposed to be. That's what evolution has brought us to. The logical conclusion. Okay, well, this is sick. This is sick. Now we just have to figure out how to connect this with the player stuff. That's going to be like an integration thing. We also are going to probably break a bunch of code logic. So I might make a branch. We're on this branch that's called the revival. We're going to make another branch to test this feature and see if it works. And if it works great, we're just going to stick with it, man. We're just going to keep going. Rocking and locking. Rocky and Pocky. Rocking and pockying. Aye, brother. I'm trying to think of how we're going to handle this integration. Because we talked about this pipeline here, right? Of like, hey, we start from a texture and then create 2D and mesh. But eventually we need to eliminate this texture because we're not using that. We're using our dust state thing. But if we do that, the player is still interacting with the texture. So we need to update all the logic for dirting stuff to use this new system, to update this 2D dirt map. You found me the Mr. Krabs keycap? Send it to me. Let me see it. Oh, yeah. We're going to have to, get status. We also have to figure out what we're going to do, because this is kind of insane. Like in terms of optimizations, this is kind of crazy. It's actually kind of insane. So we either have to reduce this size significantly, because we might have to rebuild a mesh. You have to rebuild a mesh or update a mesh every time you clean up an area. It might be easier just to update it with the new value. But oh no, we can't do that, because then we have that same issue. We have that same issue we discussed earlier in here, where if we say, okay, new scenario, scratch this. Oh, I just made a. Anyways, scratch this, scratch all this. Let us say, for simplicity, that we have this spot to be dirty. So we have a mesh okay, maybe not that. Yeah, let's undo that. So we have the vertice like this, and here, and then here. And let's say the player comes in and cleans this joint, but not all the way, so that now it takes up space like this. Well, if I try zeroing that out, we're going to run into our same issue that we had before, where now we're going to have some weird mesh pulling. It's going to go down to infinity, and now from here it's going to be like this thing. So we do have to modify the mesh. We could do chunked modifications. That might be something we could do. Where we can modify a smaller sub mesh instead of modifying the whole mesh. So that the price of computing something is just small. It's it's a smaller section of mesh, so we can update it consistently in real time. Doesn't solve the issue of calculating this stuff. That's still going to be costly, but we can at least do that asynchronously, and it's if we get it smaller enough, maybe it can be reduced. The other thing we could do is that right now this is a dirt pixel, and we're generating a quad for that pixel. And that's generating a ton of vertices. What we can do is instead have a vertex be in the middle of a pixel. So we get that nice kind of smoothing. So now instead of like having a square like this, we get this instead. Yeah, that might be the move. That at least eliminates a ton of vertices. It's gonna look a little bit odd, but it's gonna look less Robloxy, that's for sure. Send it to Discord. Okay, sweet. Everything involves the crab. Saitama approved. Yep. Actually, that is true though, right? The whole everything involves the crab scenario. What do we have here? I love that you put this in resources. We need to make some new custom emotes for the Discord server. We need to do that. That's simply what we must do. Also, what's going on here? Oh, that's get updates. Look at that. We're having updates in the Discord. No, that's the wrong channel. We're going to Mr. Crab. $20. What key would that even go? Where should I put that? I see that it happens like that Mr. Crab sound. Like, okay, let's. All right, we're in control mode. I hear it. There's this one here, not that much. There's a C key. Oopsie. There's the HJK, the JK one. I think the C key, the control C key, kind of does it a lot more. Yeah, I think it has to be the C key. I think it would have to actually be. Oh, I forgot. Is there doxable information in here? Maybe I shouldn't. Okay, I'm gonna get this. I think I'm gonna move forward with getting this, if only for the meme. I think this is the move. We're just gonna have to get this. All right, thank you for your contribution. You have forever changed my code base and the way I work on things. Do I have a Mr. Krabs thing here? Yep. Don't buy it. We're not gonna buy it live. We're not gonna buy it live. I just started thinking through. I was like, oh, let's buy it. Oh, it's probably gonna ask for my address, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. No, Jade. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. Let's experiment a little bit with this mesh generation thing. Oh, my sister's here. All right, 1 second, guys. 1 second, be right back. Alright guys, so additional changes to plans. I think I actually have to go to the clinic and pick them up there. So we're gonna end the stream likely here, and actually we're at a great time because I'm just committing this. Added texture source gen. So sadly no gameplay today. And I'll probably be back soon, but maybe it's not. Some other stuff will probably come up, so it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But thank you guys for hanging out.
Hopefully you enjoyed. We got some crazy progress today with the mesh generation. So, awesome stuff. Always love to have your company, and I will be buying that Mr. Krabs keycap. And yeah, man, appreciate the company. Hope you guys have a good day, all right? And I'll catch you next time. Hopefully next time is going to be an outdoor stream. We'll try to do that. But anyways, with that being said, guys, thanks for everything.